Hello everyone, I'm Gillene Labonete and I'm here to show you a product with a lot of potential, especially in flexible electronics. Green microchips created on cellulose nanofibril paper. In semiconductor production, about 99% of the whole product serves as the holder of the chip. This chip that consists only 1% of the total semiconductor is the only functioning part. Compound semiconductors, such as gallium arsenide and gallium nitride, are expensive to produce. In fact, a 6-inch wafer of gallium arsenide costs about $200, much more expensive than its less efficient alternative, a 200 mm silicon wafer which costs about $40. The production of compound semiconductors starts with growing films on top of a gallium arsenide wafer. It is possible to remove these films. However, it is difficult to handle it as it is only hundreds of nanometers to few micrometers wide. And so, for most electronic devices, the films are used with a wafer. This makes the production of gallium arsenide compound semiconductors very expensive. They can only be manufactured at a size no bigger than 6 inches. Also, the wafers end up being more expensive than the film itself. To alleviate this problem, transfer printing technique is used. A stamp made of soft rubber picks up the top layer of the films grown on top of gallium arsenide wafer, then transfers onto another substrate. In this case, engineer Jack Ma and his colleague, material scientist Sarah Gong, plus collaborators at University of Wisconsin-Madison and the Madison-based U.S. Department of Agriculture Forest Products Laboratory, published research describing a technique for making biodegradable semiconductors out of wood. Using this technique, the researchers created several microwave gallium arsenide devices, as well as circuits containing capacitor. This type of technology allows a reduction in the amount of gallium arsenide used in chips by a factor of 3,000, which would make chips conform to the pollution standards for arsenic set by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. It also helped cut costs, reducing the amount of expensive materials such as gallium arsenide and highly purified silicon that are packed in electronic gadgets. This also makes way for the production of flexible electronics. In fact, in a market survey that the team included in their studies, the volume of flexible electronics is expected to exceed rigid electronics. The semiconductor industry is a big business. It is a $336 billion industry. In fact, in the US alone, the semiconductor industry has a revenue of over $40 billion. There's also a rapid change in the semiconductor market, and there is a constant need to innovate existing products. This new technology offers flexibility and adds to the already wide range of applications of semiconductors. A research done by Rogers et al. On bendable single-crystal silicon thin film transistors formed by printing on plastic substrates led to thin film technique discussed earlier, and patents for technologies such as the stretchable form of single-crystal silicon for high-performance electronics on rubber substrates, for stretchable and printable semiconductors, and front and backside process thin film electronic devices, which allows for thin film printing on electronic devices. The semiconductors and electronics industry is also responsible for a significant portion of the exports in the Philippines. Total exports from the industry was recorded at almost $24 billion, which accounts for 42.2% of the country's total exports. There is also a plan to build electronics product center in Bicutan, which aims to create products that are homegrown. Here is a list of my references.